Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So, first things first, we're gonna have you guys talk about what you usually do in CVZ on the ladder, compare it to your approach today, and we'll talk about the two games. So, first, we started off with ProbeToss in the pregame interview, so we'll start off with Shmeeggeggy this time.
Sounds good.
And also, this is a good time to do it since everyone has your attention. If you have any shoutouts you want to make, now is the time to do it, or anything that you want to plug.
Well, first off, I mean, I would love to plug the day-night D&D groups that are all going on right now. They're all fantastic. The only one I've been able to catch other than mine is the one that Nomic is running with you guys, Anthony.
Yeah. That one's been a lot of fun.
And it is fantastic. Also, Day 9 TV just went live, as my phone told me.
Oh, AHGL maybe?
Yes.
Nice.
Don't leave just yet, though.
I have another match to cast.
Everybody.
I'm not going anywhere.
Other than that, I love the day nights. Awesome community. All you guys are got much love for you guys.
Next, let's talk about the games then. So wait, actually, with that question, we should probably let ProbeToss do shoutouts first. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I don't have too much I can really say. I'm not part of any groups or anything, but shout out to the DKTL because I haven't played my matches because too lazy to contact people. But besides that, I mean, I guess you could go to my Twitch channel and follow me if you want to. I mean, occasionally I stream and do some cannon rushing or something on the ladder. That's pretty much it for that kind of thing. But back to you, Shmeeg.
But yes, go ahead and tell us what you normally do in ZVZ and how you approach this match today.
Oh, on a normal ZVZ, I usually just grab the first 6 speedlings I can get, do a little bit of scouting, see if they're doing anything funky. Normally they're not. They're usually going Ling Baneling or Roach All-Ins. In the Silver League, it's more common to see the Ling Baneling.
Is it? Can I actually ask a question about that? Is it
Yeah.
good micro or is it terrible micro? Is it like attack the hatchery with the banelings?
No, they. I think a lot of StarCraft 2 players are actually watching professional play now, and they're picking up sort of tips and hints, like learning how to do good concaves. I saw you forming your army before I got up the ramp that one time, and I totally screwed myself because I attacked straight into it.
Yeah.
Oh no! Actually, that time I saw it, I walked around, and that's when I killed both your hatches, and then never lost the game. But on the ladder, what I notice is Zerglings. They're microing their Zerglings well, but their Banelings are just out there, just floating out there. So normally, what I do is set a couple Zerglings in as fodder and blow them all off, and all of a sudden they don't have an army.
Mm-hmm.
Roach All-Ins are very, very effective in ZVZ. But of course, like we saw with ProbeToss, he had a much higher count of Hydralisks, and I just couldn't keep up with it. That's something I have to get used to. I don't know Hydralisks that well either.
ProbeToss?
I'm just gonna backtrack. To the last question, actually, shout I do have is to my good friend.
Okay.
Zeno. Oh shit.
I was gonna actually mention something about that, but I'm like, you know what? Cool. If you don't want to, want him to get mad at you, that's not my problem.
He messaged me in the Skype chat. He was like, "Really, dude?" But yeah, I do want to give him a shout out because he was the person who introduced me to Zerg. I was playing all the different races, and I was bad at all of them. And he kind of helped me guide my way through. But now we'll move on to the question I was supposed to be answering about the game. I want to talk about game one, that was an interesting game. I mean, I was
Yeah.
kind of down in the beginning, and I kind of recovered. I think I had just enough time to kind of, and I saw roaches outside with my overlord. They were kind of standing at the higher up. I think that just one of the things that would have really hindered my gameplay is if you counterattacked with that roach force that was waiting outside my second base and just
Hmm.
kind of canceled that third or put a lot of pressure on it because there was no way I was able to defend it. Like, honestly, if you'd seen my army, it was pretty pathetic. I think you had the macro behind. I couldn't really see everything, of course, but I'll
Right,
be
right.
watching it. And I think it's just the end. I don't know. I feel like that was kind of a fluke. You probably really should have won that, but
Well, we can talk about that. I mean, because I had kind of overhead access to more details.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
But
thing that like you
we
thought
could we
was
could also save it for later because a lot of it's like more detail oriented stuff. So
yeah. The second game, I was very confused with what you were doing. After the initial, like, I did some damage with those lings. You tried to put spine crawlers down. I ended up canceling two, I think, and then I
Yeah.
just kind of started doing their own business. After that, I saw three spine crawlers go down, which I was a little confused about. If you were like trying to buy time for a roach warren or something, wasn't really sure about that. Afterwards, I think the turning point in that game, like you probably would have been fine, uh, up until the point where you could not get that third. Like I didn't
Yeah.
actually scout for hidden base. It crossed my mind, but I just didn't. I was too lazy to go and scout. But that third base got canceled. Like, I don't know. Does anyone have the direct count here? It was like
I
five
think,
times.
yeah,
4 or 5 times.
it
Yeah.
was pretty bad.
it was about 2 or 3, but
Really?
it probably felt like 4 or 5.
It felt like 4 or 5 for me.
And
Yeah.
the point is though, it was never up in mining for long, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the only
It
relevant
was it
Yeah.
that was
part of
I
that.
think that was just the turning point. I mean, if you had that extra income, I think it would have been a lot different. I don't think I would have been able to push back as
Hmm.
much as I did. But that was pretty much all I can say about the game. I didn't see too much. It's kind of
Yeah, with game one, I felt very confident. That's why I pushed so far into the main. And like I said in party chat, I felt like even having lost that army, I think you had 2-1 upgrades, and at that point I had 2-2, 3-3 on the way.
I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I have to attack. I have no
Yeah,
choice.
yeah. I mean, I really didn't leave you with a choice, and maybe that was bad on my part. I probably
No,
should have
no,
left at least that
Well,
that hive
you
up.
were fine. I mean, the only thing you could have done differently in the attack that might have been better is instead of going for his army, you could have gone after his tech structures,
Right.
like
I
kill a
did
spawning
notice
pool and a roach
something
warren or something
after
like that.
he target fired the second hatchery that he killed. I noticed you actually target fired the evolution chamber that wasn't
Hmm.
researching anything, and your
Yeah.
army was just running around getting shot at. Well, it was kill the evolution chamber. It's a
Well,
danger to society.
well,
Burn it. It's a
Yeah.
witch.
yeah. I
And
mean, like that's the thing is that was actually a minor issue. Like
Yeah.
the killing the two hatcheries was a great move. It's just
it
that
was, yes.
what you needed on top of that, because here's the thing: with game one, you actually had a huge advantage in economy for a very long time.
Hmm.
You had a third base, and ProbeToss didn't for something like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was pretty significant, but there was a lot of supply blocks and a lot of missed injects. So
Yeah.
if you had covered your bases on all that, even after you lost that army, you would have had another one by the time he got there.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say you should work on. The second game was kind of like the flip side of that, really. Like
Oh my
you
gosh.
got he got a base like 3 minutes, 4 minutes earlier than you, and he had it the whole game.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, that's actually the biggest story of that.
Yeah.
Particular.
Game two. I honestly, I have no idea what I was doing there.
I felt like what you should have done is just as more of like a positional stance. If you had put your swarm host a bit more
Yeah,
closer
agree
to your
with that.
third base and rallied like appropriate to what you
Or-
scouted or something.
Yeah.
Put them
Even-
closer to the ramp so they have
Yeah.
coverage in both directions, and then spread
Yeah.
your creep out a bit so they can get more distance.
Well, the
Um,
only reason I didn't do that is because I think I only had like 6 or 7 of them at that time.
Oh, really? It
Um,
scared the shit
and-
out of me. I saw swarm hosts and I was scared.
Yeah, I just I did not have the gas to back it up, and when you came into the my main with those bird roaches, I was like, oh my god, I don't
Oh.
have protection.
Dude, I was waiting for that. Like the moment you put those three spine crawlers down, it crossed my mind. What if I got burrowed roaches right now? And he's
Uh-huh.
probably building spines, not spores.
Yeah.
And I just ended up implementing that later.
Every game I do, I get overseers, and I have no idea why I didn't do it.
It
But
happens, dude. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're under more mental pressure in a best of three series in the second game, like regardless of whether
Mhm.
you win or lose. So I mean, it's just something you gotta get used to.
yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I don't know what the observers saw when I did snipe that infestation pit, but if you saw my screen, you would see me like spamming my mouse, like kill the infestation pit. It's researching. No, I didn't want to go into Storm Host. I just wanted to end the game.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah,
Because
that's
I didn't even realize you sniped that. I thought you just grabbed
the
the
drone.
Hydra Den and
Oh no,
something
no.
else.
No, I went
It,
for the infestation pit. I saw it researching. My original plan was go for drones or something, but then I
yeah,
saw it and I went, there is no way I'm sitting here for 2 hours because I watched that Stefano versus greatest game and I was not happy. But
yeah,
that's pretty much all I have to say about the game. I don't know about you,
yeah,
but
yeah.
All right.
I think that's good.
But yeah, anyway, so with that done, we have another show match that we should actually be getting started soonish. It's going to be Fade versus Bacon Pants. You guys can find the VODs for
Oh,
this and other show matches within a day or two, usually after today on tinyurl.com/daynights. And anything else related to me you can find in the info panel below the Twitch broadcast. Zero, you want to plug anything?
Uh, I hang out on Twitter a lot these days at Zero Lambda, and I'm working on getting a Twitch stream sort of schedule set up once my second job is, oof. So, tune in there, I guess, too. If you get a few minutes, hit the follow button. Much appreciated.
Sorry, you're going to say something, ProbeToss?
yeah. Uh, I noticed you just as like a side thing. I noticed you did say that there was some missed larva injects. I actually surprisingly knew that from game one.
Hmm.
Zano was keeping me updated. He was at the end of game one. He was like, "Dude, he's missing his larva injects. Just do tech switches." And you saw me put down like a spire and like infestation pit, and I just upgraded everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
Very good.
Got your coach.
Yeah.
Snipping you up.
Yeah, between
Anyway.
games, I was going back to the Twitch chat and rereading. I was like, oh, I could be doing that instead.
That's a nice idea too.
Oh, actually,
so.
is, yeah.
Dangerous in a large audience, but
Yeah.
here
Oh my gosh.
that's a good place to do that here.
All right, guys. Thanks for the match. I think
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
We'll catch you all in the future. Hope you play again.
All right.